Hey, what's up? This is Rob C with Movies and Mo, and this is my review of the 2019 superhero thriller Glass.
Elijah's changed.
All right, so I'm quite sure everybody is aware right now that this is a sequel, or better yet, the end of a trilogy. The first movie being Unbreakable from 2000, and the second movie being Split from 2016. So now we have it 19 years later. Glass supposed to top it all off and end everything. No, 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 no. Okay, a lot of people are gonna hate it right off the bat because it's M. Night Shyamalan. He hasn't been doing a good job on a lot of things on a lot of different levels. So that right there is a strike. But the problem with this movie is not him, so to speak. It is because he directed and wrote it, but you know what I mean. The main problem is you bring back Samuel L. Jackson, or I should say Elijah Price. You bring back his mother. You bring back Bruce Willis playing David Dunn. You bring back Kevin Crumb, which is, James McAvoy's character. And then you bring back the person that was in that movie that helped him along the way. For instance, in Split, it was a girl named Casey. Unbreakable, of course, it was Mr. Glass, Mr. Glass's mother, Bruce Willis, David Dunn, and his son, who was, of course, a kid at the time. So you bring all these people back, you put them in one movie, and now you want to make it seem like, oh yeah, this is what I had planned. I was going to do this all along. No, no, you wasn't. No, no. This is like a last-second decision, and it shows on the way this movie was made. It was a last-second decision of what he was going to do. But even that is not the problem. The main problem with this movie, it is just so slow. Damn. I mean, I'm sitting there listening to this. We heard the story in the first one, in Unbreakable. We heard the story in Split. That should be enough of it. It's like retelling where Superman came from. I keep retelling where Batman came from. This is supposed to be a superhero movie. Okay, we've already heard the origin. Let's go straight to the action part. This movie should have been nothing but action. Okay, it promotes itself as a superhero thriller. That it's a thriller. I give it that. It's a thriller. It's not a superhero thriller. It's just a thriller. So you put these people in this movie. You go, okay. So for the first hour, if not longer, I got to hear this whole story all over again of what's going on with Elijah Price. I got to hear the whole story over again of what's going on with David Dunn. I got to hear the whole story over again about what's going on with Kevin Crumb. And on top of that, you bring in these unlikely characters that really shouldn't be in the movie, like Casey, who came from Split. She was one of the girls that got captured. Her character makes no sense at all why she's even the person she is. So that's a bust. You have Elijah's mother. Okay, mother got to be in it. No big deal. You got David Dunn's son. No problem. That's his son. But now you got these people captured, and they're all in the same place, all at the same time, being studied by the psychiatrist who her specialty is delusions of grandeur, Dr. Ellie Staple. That's a new one. I've never heard of that before, but hey, whatever. We got to make this movie work some kind of way. So you got them all sitting there, and they're looking at each other like they've met before. Of course, they haven't met before, but they just know about each other. Well, I guess they're right. Kevin Crumb doesn't know who they are. Elijah Price, David Dunn, they've seen each other. Matter of fact, David Dunn is the reason Elijah Price is even in jail. This is a security jail for psychiatric reasons, rather. But like I said, they're all sitting there, they're all talking. They got to get this out. They have their own special rooms that keep them from using their powers. Elijah Price is heavily sedated. David Dunn is in a room with water sprayers on him, so if he does anything, they just spray him down with water, since that's its kryptonite. And Kevin Crumb is just in a room with lights. Every time the light flashes, it changes his personality. So I'm supposed to believe that. Okay, that makes sense. Okay, whatever you say. But all that set aside, this movie's just slow. There's a lot of talking about what they're going to do, why they're going to do it. they're doing it for, what the purpose of them doing it is, everybody's role in this movie. You know, the doctor's like, oh, you have, delusions of grandeur. You think you're a superhero. You're not a superhero. You're just a regular person. So basically you're crazy. That's what she's trying to tell him.
I'll tell you a secret.
And ultimately, we all know from the trailer that they all get out some kind of way.
Like every kid in the world.
And all hell breaks loose. But guess what, people? If you're one of those people that show up to the movies like 10 minutes late, 15 minutes late, you are fine. Matter of fact, you can show up to this movie an hour late and you'll still know what the hell's going on. Because nothing happens other than a lot of talk. Okay? The only thing that happens in this movie that even matters is the last, say, 10, 15 minutes of this movie. That's when everything happens. And that's the only part of the movie even worth seeing. It's the last 10, 15 minutes of this movie. So, did I like the movie? No. No. This could have came on TV. This is not something I would want to see again, ever. Okay? I don't particularly care about M. Night Shyamalan. I mean, other than The Sixth Sense, which to me probably was his best movie, and then it's only worth seeing once. It's not something that anybody would want to see other than, oh, I want to see how this thing ends. Yeah, it ends, and it's set up so that there could be another one, depending on how much money this one makes. And everybody's going to want to see it because you're going to have people talking about it. Is it written smartly? Yes, it's a lot of smart writing in this movie. But I don't want to hear your thesis report on how things happen, on how people feel, on the reactions of this and that. I just want to see you promote yourself as a superhero movie. Show me the superhero. I don't want to know anything else. I want to see the superhero part. Even the thriller part is not there. You say a superhero thriller, it's not there. Like I said, other than the last 15 minutes of this movie, it's worthless. This is a lot of talk about what's going on. And if M. Night Shyamalan, I think he says he wrote and directed this movie, he wrote this, okay, so now we know you can think of a lot of stuff to write down. Not everything written down needs to be said. Just show it. Don't say it. That's what books are for. If I wanted to read all that, I'd buy the book. I don't want to read all that. I wanted to see a good movie. I wasn't entertained. I was bored to death. And like I said, him trying to piece all three of these movies together was crap. They were not meant to be together. It was something he thought of at the last minute because he has nothing better to do. So I'm disappointed in Blumhouse Productions for taking this on, and Blumhouse does a lot of good stuff. But for them to even put him in their roster, that was screwed up. He's screwed up before. He's going to keep screwing up. This is what he does. He screwed up the Last Airbender. He screwed up every movie he's made, and he only has one style. He tries to keep you guessing. Then at the very end, oh wow, there's a twist. Don't care. Okay, it's not fun anymore. So, my last word and word to him, M. Night Shyamalan. As I've said in my review, stop. Just stop. Just don't do it anymore. Just become Stephen King, write a book, and let somebody else do the movie part. All right? That's it.